Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing my TBR jar video for July, and I'm actually filming this a little bit early because I always get really busy at the end of June, beginning of July, because we always go on this annual camping trip, and I always like run out of time right around this time of year, so I'm like, I'm just going to film this early and then not read the books until July. So just so you know in advance, this is a little early, but we have a jar right here and it says all my prompts in it, and we are just going to go ahead and get started. I usually pick 7 books, and yeah, it's super fun. So the first prompt is a circle on the cover. A circle on the cover. Okay, so I think that's pretty easy. I feel like there's a lot of books with circles on the cover. So let me look around a little bit. Okay, you guys, so this book is a book that Elena bought for me for Mother's Day. She didn't really know anything about it. She didn't really read the back or anything like that, and I don't know, maybe the bookstore owner told her that I would like this. I think that maybe that's what happened, because I know the bookstore owner and he kind of knows what I like, and you guys are gonna be like, she picked that, but at the same time, she doesn't know what it's about or anything like that, or what's in it. But this is Enigma, and this is by Runix. So they wrote Gothicana, and I never read Gothicana. I heard mixed things about that book, but I always kind of wanted to try it for some reason, so we're gonna try this one. I actually looked up this book on Goodreads and I saw the reviews, and I think the first review that came up was like, this book low-key 8 or something like that, and they gave it like 5 stars or 4 stars or something. So I was like, maybe this is gonna be like really fun and something that's gonna be like kind of one of those like lose yourself in it romanticies that's just kind of like fun, like gives you all the feels, you know what I mean? So hopefully I'll like this. Who knows, we'll see. But because Elaine got this for me for Mother's Day, I want to read it. So you guys are probably like, where's the circle? So we have a moon here. It's kind of cut off from the castle. Like, it's not a perfect circle, but it's a moon, so technically like it's a circle, and it has this really awesome art inside, so it's like your basic romantasy, you know what I mean? This is the cover art, has like the purple or the blue sprayed edges. So I think that this is like dark academia vibes. So she's at like this university and she's trying to figure out like why people at this university are like going missing and things like that, and like what happened to her family, because a lot of her family went missing as well. And I think this is kind of like rivals to lovers type of situation, so this will be fun. I'm excited for this, and I haven't read a romantasy in a while. Like, I've read a couple fantasies, but not like a romantasy. So we'll see how this one is, but that's gonna be my choice. All right, next up, a book with a cool cover font. Ooh, okay, this one, I know actually which one I could pick, but I don't know, do I want 2 fantasies on my list? Like, I love fantasy, but I don't like to read multiple fantasies in a month. Like, I don't love fantasy that much. Like, I like to read a fantasy and then have like a long break and then I'll read another fantasy. But fantasy is usually the books that have cool cover fonts. So, okay, so I'm gonna pick this one, but I'm gonna let you know that it's either gonna be Enigma or it's gonna be this one that I read. I will probably not read both of these, but at least I have both of these to choose from. So if I am in the mood for a fantasy, I have 2 that I can pick. So this is Cold Falling White, which is the sequel to Zero Repeat Forever. And part of the reason I loved the Zero Repeat Forever cover was because of the cover font. And this has the same font, so I'll show you up close. It has like lines and dots and arrows. And as you guys know, I absolutely loved the first book. I gave it 5 stars. I love some of the characters in this book. The writing is really good. And if I want to just pick this up to kind of get, you know, those characters again, I can. So that is going to be my choice for a book with cool cover font. So, okay, so next up, buy a new Kindle book. So I don't have Kindle Unlimited because I just don't think it would be worth it for me to have it. Like, I just don't read enough on my Kindle to have Kindle Unlimited. So I buy all my Kindle books or try to like get them when they have like deals and things like that. But there is a new release that I really want to read that I've seen so many people talking about and giving 5 stars and saying that it's so sad, and it's Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this book, I've seen so many good reviews, and I have read 3 of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books. I've given one of them 5 stars and the 2 other ones I read 4 stars. So I really do love Taylor Jenkins Reid. She's such a good character writer. Her characters always feel so realistic, like they could be real people. And I never read Carrie Soto Is Back, and I never read Malibu Rising. I don't know what it was. I still have Malibu Rising on my shelf, but I've just never read it. I don't know why. But for some reason, this Atmosphere book has really caught my attention, and it came out in June, and I just keep seeing people reading it and really liking it. So I'm gonna read this one right off the bat, right when it is released, and I feel like I'll have a better chance of actually reading this one if I read it like right now, right when it's released. So I'm gonna go with Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Okay, so that is book number 3. Let's go with book number 4. Read a book with a title that starts with one of your first initials. So a C, an A, or an F. Okay. Let's see. All right, so I was really close to picking a romance because I know that I need a romance for this month, but I still have 3 choices left, so I can pick a romance for the next 3. But this book has been on my radar for the past, like, I would say 3 months. Like, it's been calling my name and I keep putting it off. Like, I put it on a TBR and then I don't read it. And it's just sitting there on my shelf and I'm just so curious about it. So I'm gonna pick Chlorine by Jade Song. This is like a short little book about a girl that's like a swimmer and then she turns into a mermaid. And that's pretty much all I know about it, but I've heard really good things. It's a literary fiction, and like I said in the past, literary fiction can either hit for me or it doesn't hit for me. Like, it has to have some big impactful thing to make literary fiction really work for me. So I'm hoping that this is something that will work for me, but this cover is one of my favorite covers. I love this cover. I think it is so just like, I don't know, pretty and like eye-catching. There's just something about this cover I absolutely love. So hopefully I like this book. Okay, so book number 5. 3 more picks. Book that matches my outfit. I keep getting this one. I feel like I keep getting this one, or maybe I don't. I got it last month, I think, or I got it in my TBR game that I played, and it's just funny. And I wear so much freaking black that it's such a boring prompt because I wear so much freaking black, but I will see what I have that matches my outfit. Basically, I have like black denim shorts, a black shirt. I have this little necklace that has a little bit of green on it, and then I have like gold bracelets. So let's see what I can find. Okay, so this one is one that was not on my radar. I did not think I was going to be reading this book this month, but it stood out to me on my shelf. It does match my outfit, and I was like, you know what? I think I could read that this month. So it's The Only Good Indians. I've wanted to read this book for a really long time. I've heard this book is so good, and it's like really scary, and I don't know. I don't know what to expect with this. I actually don't know very much about this book at all. I just know that it's really good, and one of my goals for 2025 was to read more horror. It was specifically horror novellas. This is not a novella, but it is a horror. And I haven't read a horror in a really long time, so I'm excited for this one. Hopefully it's good, but as you can see, it's black and it has the yellow, which I think matches like my gold jewelry and stuff like that. It doesn't have green on it, but black and gold, that's pretty much my outfit. So, okay, book number 6. I need an audiobook. I haven't listened to an audiobook in a while. A book of the month. Okay, so I have a shelf right here with all my book of the month books. Now, I don't get book of the month, like I'm not subscribed to it, but I find book of the month books at Goodwill all the time. Or my sister-in-law actually is subscribed to book of the month, and so she gives me some of her books that she doesn't want or she's read, and that's kind of how I have a collection of book of the month books. So I'm gonna look on that shelf and see which one I feel like reading the most. Okay, so I decided to go with The Collective by Allison Galen. This is about a woman whose child, I think, gets murdered, and she's grieving, and she goes online and she finds this forum of a bunch of women that also have like family members that have been murdered, and it's basically like a grieving forum, I think, but what she ends up discovering is that this forum is more so like a place where these women can go and like talk about how they would murder the person that murdered their child. Like, it's like they're making these fake plans on like how they would murder their loved one's murderer. But then she starts to realize that they're not actually joking around. It's not just like something they're indulging in. It's actually something that they want to do, and they're actually planning how to do it. It sounds like a really interesting plot line. I don't know. We'll see. The thing about this book is the font is humongous. Like, the biggest font ever. I love a book with big font. I don't know what it is about it. Like, if I could read books with large print font all the time, like if I could just get books in large print, I totally would. I love it. For some reason, it just is so much easier for me to read. Like, my eyes do not do well with tiny font. So I'm kind of excited about this one. I think it's going to be really interesting. I've heard good things about it, so hopefully I like it, but it's good to have a thriller on this list because I don't have one yet. So now I really need a romance, because what was the book that I picked for? Oh, Atmosphere. That's the one I picked. Okay, so I need like an actual romance. Heads, Tails. Oh, this is fun. I've never gotten this one before. So I picked 2 books, and then one is heads, one is tails, and then I have to flip a coin and see which one I get. So I'm gonna pick 2 romances and then have a coin pick which one I read. Okay, so I picked my two books. First off is Stinger by Mia Sheridan. Now, I love a good Mia Sheridan. I actually don't know what this is about, but I am willing to just buy Mia Sheridan books and read them with absolutely no context. And this is one that I have that I know nothing about, and I'm just gonna go in not knowing anything about it. But that is the first one, and I'm kind of hoping that this one wins, because Mia Sheridan always just gives me the feels. Like, sometimes I like them more than others, but for the most part, I'm usually pretty happy with them. And then the next one is Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. So this one's been on my shelf for a while. I've always really loved this cover. I love the color scheme, and I love this couple. They're really cute. So that's gonna be my second choice. I've heard mixed things about this one. Like, some people who read it love it, and then other people are a little bit more so-so on it. So that is gonna be my two options. Because I talked about this one first, this one's gonna be heads, and this one is gonna be tails. So I have a little quarter right here. Let's see if I can do this. I haven't flipped a coin in a long time. Okay. Tails. Okay. You never get what you want, do you? So my winner is Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. Now, don't get me wrong, I do want to read this. In fact, I was just thinking about this book the other day because I was watching somebody's TBR video and they got the prompt, the first book that pops into your head. And I was like, ooh, if I got this prompt, what would be the first book that popped into my head? And it was this one. It's so weird. Like, that prompt is weird. Like, stop right now and think about the first book that pops into your head, and I promise you it's going to be a random one, because why would this book pop into my head? I have no idea. So clearly this book is kind of in my mind for some reason. So it's good that I got this, I think. So it'll be kind of fun to be forced to read this, because I'm always in the mood for a romance, especially if I read a lot of heavy books. I always love diving into a romance, so this will be really great, and I'll probably end up getting to it, I would assume. So that is my last choice. This is my stack of books. We have The Collective for a book of the month, Forget Me Not for a heads or tails book, The Only Good Indians for a book that matches my outfit, Chlorine for a book with my initial as the title. Then we have Cold Falling White for a good cover font, and Enigma for a book with a circle on the cover. And then we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which is by a new Kindle book. And so that is that one right there. So these are the books that I'm going to read. If I'm gonna have to pick what I will probably get to, I'm gonna guess Atmosphere, because I've been that's been on my radar. Like, I keep thinking about it, I keep seeing it everywhere. So I have a feeling I'll read that one. I also think I'm probably gonna get to The Only Good Indians. I have a good feeling about this one. And I also have a good feeling about Chlorine. I don't know what it is about this one that's been like tapping on my shoulder. So we'll see. I always predict what I'm gonna read, or what I'm gonna be most likely to read. And then by the end of the month, it's always different than what I suspect. So we'll see. Hopefully I picked some good ones. Let me know in the comments what books you think I should start with. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.